Hello guys, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time I'm just talking about my thoughts on the Transformers Netflix War for Cybertron series trailer. Now, I'm not going to show the trailer itself. If you want to see that, I will link it down in the description below. I will also link the TFW 2005 article where you can actually see screenshots of what I'm talking about. But I just don't want to get hit by a copyright strike or anything like that. So these are just my thoughts about it. I'm not going to analyze every single scene, just talk about some of the things that I want to talk about. The first thing that I want to say is the animation looks a lot better compared to the Prime Wars trilogy, where they were trying to do, I guess, something like the Lego movie, where it's kind of stop motion or something like that. But I just don't think it translated well, because you have different designs going in that aren't based on the toys, and they don't necessarily look like they're toys. I think that for the War for Cybertron trilogy series, they could potentially get away with that, because a lot of these designs, in fact every single design that I saw, is based on the Siege toy line. And that's probably why the series was a little late. I believe that these toys must have been photo scanned into the series, because going from production design of the actual toy to having the toy, and then putting it in the series, and then working with the CGI models and everything like that, actually animating it, that's a lot of work and a lot of time put into this. And I will say, I like that, because I really like the Siege line, and it's like those toys come to life. The first toy that I got from the Siege toy line was Hound, and seeing him come off the screen and actually move around and be animated and look like he's got life to him, I just loved watching that. I love watching Sideswipe, Cog, and everyone that I have on the shelf actually come to life. So personally, I think that this is pretty cool. It's a lot like the Armada, Energon, and more closely, I guess, the Cybertron series, where a lot of the designs that went into the show are based around the toys. So I don't blame them for going a little late with the Siege line. I think it's appropriate still that we are going to get one season at least with Siege, and then we're going to move into Earthrise, and I think by the time we get into the third series, it will all kind of, it will all catch up, is what I'm trying to say. But we'll just have to wait and see. I will say that the look and design is pretty cool. I will say as well, I think there's a little too much fog going around. It's very dark. And one of the problems that I have, or one of the issues or concerns that I have, is actually kind of the opposite with the Prime Wars trilogy, where in the Prime Wars trilogy, one of the highlights was Megatron and his voice actor and everything. I just really got into Megatron. I think that he was pretty cool. In this series, it just kind of seems like the basic Megatron. I mean, he's still intimidating, but I just don't really get anything out of Megatron other than, oh, it's Megatron. It's the intimidating Decepticon leader. There's nothing that really screams about this. There's nothing that feels more original compared to some of the other previous Megatrons that we've already seen. I feel like they could have gone a little different or done something with them. There's just something missing that I'm just not getting from Megatron. But other than that, I love the fact that we got Elita 1. I really want a new toy of that. We do see Bumblebee, which I think is more based on the current IDW comics. We also do see Wheeljack in the show, which is appropriate because in the first episode of Transformers, we had Bumblebee and Wheeljack. So, that works, especially when they're being attacked by Seekers. I think the fact that we've got a lot of Seekers in this is pretty cool, especially the Tetrajets. I love that design, so that is awesome. We also do get a good look of Skywarp. We do see Thundercracker, we do see Starscream, and we do see Jetfire with the Decepticons, which I think that's awesome, that we are going straight into that, instead of just like, oh, he's going to start off as an Autobot, but he was once a Decepticon. I mean, it makes sense given the time frame of what Siege is doing right now, but I just thought that maybe they could have just done that. But no, we are going to start straight off with Jetfire working with the Decepticons. And it seems like a lot of the lines are blurred, especially right away, because Impactor is a Decepticon, at the start of this. You can see the Decepticon logo on him. And I love the fact that we're getting Impactor. I do like the fact that we're going to see Cog, even though apparently something's gone wrong with him. And we do, I think, I might have been mistaken, but I believe I saw Aragon, which means that this is the first series to introduce the Power Dashers in animation form. So that's pretty cool. Again, we also get Chromia, we get Barricade, which is kind of surprising, but that's fine. We do get a lot of characters that we're seeing in the toys, and I'm very surprised because the Prime Wars trilogy didn't even do that. For a lot of the toys, they didn't even show up in the series, especially with the Titan Returns stuff. So, I'm excited for this. Now seeing it in animation form, I was concerned about it, especially with the Prime Wars trilogy and how they handled that. But I think that they've learned a lot, and I do like what they're going with this. I am going to be skeptical about it. I'm not going to say, oh, they've completely just renewed the series and you know, the Prime Wars trilogy, they made up for it and all this and that. I'm not going to scream that. I will say, though, this has potential. I'm interested in it. I'm a little excited for it, mostly just seeing all the Siege toys I have on the shelf come to life, but that's pretty much my initial thoughts. And I do think that there's something going on with Ultra Magnus that might tie into that box set that they're not really talking about, that spoiler box set, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, with that said, what do you guys think? Please comment below, let me know. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads, and I will see you guys next time.